Baobab Resources plc is a London-listed company focused on the exploration and development of mineral resources in the southern African country of Mozambique. Baobab's 727 million tonne iron ore resource is located in one of Africa's fastest developing mining centres, Mozambique's Tete province. Due to the project's strategic access to the core iron and steelmaking commodities of iron ore, coal, power and water, Baobab is pursuing a unique opportunity to add real value in country through the development of a vertically integrated pig iron and ferrovanadium project. Pig iron is a raw material derived from the intermediate smelting of iron ore and is used alongside scrap iron to produce crude and finished steel. Baobab's resource base is sufficient to underpin production scenarios of up to 4 million tonnes per annum of pig iron over a mine life of more than 30 years. At this production rate, the Tete project would be ranked amongst the largest projects worldwide and at first quartile production costs. Following recent discoveries of significant offshore gas reserves in the Rovuma Basin, Mozambique now has the potential to become one of the world's largest liquefied natural gas exporters within the next decade. An investment of over $40 billion has been slated to establish the industry, which, coupled with other infrastructure projects being commissioned, is likely to drive future domestic and regional demand for iron and steel materials. The Tete project is located immediately adjacent to one of the largest undeveloped coal deposits worldwide, currently being brought into production by some of the world's leading mining houses, including Rio Tinto and Vale, as well as a group of Tier 1 steel producers, Tata Steel and Jindal out of India, and Nippon Steel and POSCO out of Asia. The Tete province is also home to Southern Africa's largest source of hydroelectric power, and, in the future, will see the development of a significant thermal power industry. Infrastructure challenges are being overcome as the rail corridors linking Tete with the coast are refurbished and expanded, with Tete having the potential to supply up to 20% of the world's seaborne coking coal. The region is becoming an industrial and mining hub of global significance. Flying in over the provincial capital of Tete on the Zambezi River, Baobab's licences can be seen in red, flanked by the coal projects of Vale, Rio Tinto, Nippon Steel and POSCO. Zooming into the project area with the magnetics overlain, one is easily able to distinguish the iron ore resource blocks of Chitongwe and South Zone to the west, and the 550 million tonne Tenge-Roni block to the east. Looking along Roni South, one can see Monte Tenge towering some 120 metres above the plateau. The Tenge-Roni footprint is small, just 2.5 square kilometres, and yet contains over 500 million tonnes grading 36% iron. As the camera dips below the surface, one can see why. The deposit is shaped in a shallow half bowl. For a magmatic magnetite deposit, it is remarkably thick with an average mineralised thickness of roughly 100 metres, up to 180 metres in places. The traces of drilling completed since 2011 can be seen in white. Baobab has recently compiled a pre-feasibility study assessing production scenarios of 1 and 2 million tonnes per annum of pig iron. At 2 million tonnes per annum, pig iron production at the Tenge starter pit alone would provide the first 10 years of mill feed at an enviably low stripping ratio of just 0.4. Once Tenge is complete, mining would step over to Roni North, preserving the river in a biological corridor. And finally, swinging down to Roni South. These 3 starter pits alone would support a mine life of over 20 years for a 2 million tonne per annum operation. In a full development scenario, the river may be diverted and the entire deposit mined. This would provide run of mine for a 4 million tonne per annum pig iron operation for in excess of 35 years. Mining certainly isn't a challenge here, and nor is the mineral processing. The pre-feasibility study has assessed tried and tested pig iron smelting technologies with a long commercial record of over 40 years and proven to work in Africa. Like any magnetite project, a concentrate first has to be beneficiated. Unlike most magnetite projects, the resource material at Tete only requires crushing to -3.5 mm and magnetic drum separation to generate a smelter specification concentrate, thereby reducing capital, operating and environmental costs, as well as simplifying the beneficiation process. The concentrate is then sent onto the direct reduction stage, where it is blended with locally derived thermal coals and passed through multi-hearth furnaces and rotary kilns to become direct reduced iron or iron sponge. The iron sponge then enters the electric arc furnace, where the deleterious components, in particular the titanium, are separated and removed as a slag byproduct. Vanadium is also recovered from the hot metal before casting pig iron billets for export. The vanadium slag will be further refined to high-value, high-demand products such as ferrovanadium alloy and vanadium pentoxide flake, which will add significantly to the overall revenue stream. The point of exit would be a 40-kilometre haul road, linking the operation with the Senna railway corridor. Pig iron is trucked out and coal is trucked in, minimising empty back haulage. For every tonne of pig iron produced, the process requires 3/4 of a tonne of thermal coal that is being produced on the project's doorstep as a byproduct of the washing process and uneconomic for export. In fact, operators such as Vale and Rio Tinto are encountering considerable environmental issues stockpiling the coal and are currently reburying it. Baobab is confident that it will be able to negotiate very competitive mine gate rates. Baobab is in advanced discussions with both the public and private sectors to secure port and rail allocation on the various infrastructure developments. Being on Africa's eastern seaboard, the ports are strategically located to access the growth markets in China, India, the Middle East and Mediterranean Europe. The pre-feasibility study returned compelling economics and underlined a unique opportunity to add significant value at the mine mouth through the project's strategic access to iron and steelmaking resources in a part of Africa that is rapidly taking centre stage of global mining. Baobab's captive resource inventory allows the option of expanded production scenarios, thereby positioning Tete to become a world-leading operation, with operating costs redefining the bottom of the production cost curve. With the definitive feasibility study already underway, Baobab has embarked on a very focused and rapid path to production.